Greetings of peace. My name is Ram Hotep. I'm broadcasting on behalf of 13signastrology.com. This particular video is kind of like a response to some comments that I was reading on some of my older videos. And one of my older videos, I used to keep the Eye of Ra over my head when I was teaching in that particular location when I was at that time. And I read a comment where someone said that the Eye of Ra is a symbol of devil worship, and the Eye of Ra is basically a sign of the devil. And I'm just here to say that's kind of ignorant. That's some ignorant shit, to be honest with you. Every time that we don't understand something, or every time that we fear something, we put the devil on it. That's what people do. Like when people don't understand a thing, or if they fear a thing, they automatically call this thing evil, and they call this thing the devil. You know what I'm saying? And that's only because really the devil is ignorant. So really when they call things devils and they call things evil when they don't understand it, that's just showing that they're ignorant of it. And instead of them saying, let me look into it, instead of saying that, they just attribute it to being evil. And then you watch these documentaries like about hip-hop and Illuminati, and you see they always say the Eye of Ra is a sign of devil worship, and devil worshippers use that because it means light, and the Eye of Ra means Lucifer, and all that type of stuff. So I'm here to shed a little bit of light on the Eye of Ra. The Eye of Ra right here. Now this symbol I'm going to prove to you is not a devilish symbol. This is not a symbol of the devil at all. This actually is a symbol representing light, but it's a symbol representing the beginning of creation, because it was taught that Ra was the god that created everything. According to the Egyptian pantheon, Ra was the chief deity. You know what I'm saying? He was the chief deity, so he's attributed with creating everything. And most people say that Ra means the sun, and you can say that to a certain extent, but I want to take you into a little bit of sacred geometry. And I'm going to take you into a little bit of sacred, just a little bit of sacred geometry, and show you exactly what's going on with this Ra symbol. Now this is a symbol, this is a sigil here, and it means a lot. And I could have gotten into a lot of trouble back in the days for just telling you a little bit about what I'm about to tell you right now. I'm not even about to go deep at all, but I could have gotten into a lot of trouble by telling you what I'm about to show you here. And the Eye of Ra represents creation. The Eye of Ra represents the spiral. And the spiral is a symbol that depicts creation. Galaxies form in spirals, suns form in spirals. In the universe, the spiral, or the black dot, because the black dot is from where the spiral emerges. And the black dot, or the spiral, represents the beginning, or the origin of everything. So if you see this right here, in order to draw this symbol, it's a couple spirals in here actually. And I have another Eye of Ra symbol that's going to do a better job at depicting this. But if you notice, in order to draw this symbol, you have to form an eye, which is, you start as a spiral. A spiral, kind of like a 9. A 9 is a spiral, because 9 represents creation. That's why it takes a woman 9 months to birth a baby, because 9 represents the spiral. Here's another spiral. So everything in creation starts with a spiral. And that particular spiral is the sacred geometrical figure that creates everything. Everything that is of creation has to come from a spiral. So Ra represents how things are created from a sacred geometrical perspective and point of view. It has nothing to do with devil worship. Now, the reason why people say that it means light is because light, to us, where we're at, on this side of everything, on this side of hydrogen, light, it represents creation. Like light is our zero-time reference. So the beginning of light is the beginning of us. You know what I'm saying? So Ra represents light, because even in the womb, the sperm, if you notice, I'm going to give you another symbol first of all to kind of, now this is another symbol. I like this symbol better. Now this is another symbol of the Eye of Ra as well. And many people have probably never seen it like this. This is a little different symbol, but this kind of shows you, see the spiral? This kind of shows you how creation starts in a spiral. Or you can take it out this way. Or I'm sorry, you can follow it in this way. And follow it in. So it shows you how creation emerges from a spiral into a 9. And in order to get back to the beginning and the origin of everything, you have to go back to your 0 point. See? So this is the furthest point out in the symbol. And what this means is, in order for you to get back to the beginning of everything in your original essence, you have to go back to 0 point. This is 0 point. This is the black dot. This is where this symbol emerged, and this is where this symbol started at its 0 point. And if you look at this thing, it also looks like, that's what I was going to point out, both of these things, especially this one, you see a fish in it. You also see a fish in it. You see a symbol that looks similar to the symbol of Pisces in this particular Eye of Ra right here. And the reason why you see a fish is because creation essentially began here through water. Where there is no water, there is no life. And in the womb, there's mostly water. Like when a woman gets, heated up or turned on, you notice she gets moist, because this water is needed and lubrication is needed in order for the creation to take effect. And you notice that this looks like a sperm. This looks like a sperm. So this represents the light. Sperm represents light. The womb represents dark. So this represents the light merging together in the darkness to form creation. And this happens in the universe, in the solar system. This happens when a seed is planted in the earth. This happens when a seed is planted in a woman through the sexual process. But this represents life. So the Eye of Ra has nothing to do with devil worship. It has something to do with creation. It has something to do with life. So next time in the future when somebody tells you the Eye of Ra is something that means the devil, explain to them just a little bit about what I talked about. I could go into a lot more here. But just explain to them a little bit about the 0 point, and explain to them about the spiral and how the spiral represents creation. If you notice that people of melanin dominance, their hair grows in spirals, or what you would call kingly. Some people call it nappy, but whatever. Kingly hair is spirals, because that represents the original blueprint of creation, which was left as a signature on the top of certain people with melanin dominance. It was left as a signature representing this was your original creation here on the planet. And that's not racism. That's not racism at all. That's just going into what science has already proven. It's only racist people that are caught up in racist doctrines that don't want to admit that people of melanin dominance are the fathers of humanity and the mothers of humanity. People of melanin dominance, birthed the other races, and the races came from there, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, and it's only racism for someone to deny that, and it's only ignorance for someone to deny that, and it's only racism for someone to get upset when someone talks about that. And these are conditionings and things that need to be broken. In order for you to really get into metaphysics and science, you can't be racist. You can call yourself a metaphysician or a scientist, and you're not going to understand life and creation if you're still coming at it from a racist point of view. Even if you're religious, it goes for like a religious person. A religious person will never understand the symbol right here, because a religious person is going to automatically think, oh, that's the devil. I don't know, that's a bunch of lines and scribble scrabble on a piece of paper. That's the devil. That's the devil worship. Anything they don't understand is the devil. So they'll never look into that symbol. They'll never see what I'm explaining to you here. They'll call it mumbo jumbo and gibberish. But the Eye of Ra represents creation. Galaxies form from this same spiral. Suns form from the same spiral. Solar systems form from this same spiral. The spiral is the blueprint of creation, the fruit of life. I could go on and on and on with this thing here. If you look at this eye, it's within a circle. All sigils are found within circles, because the circle, when you draw a circle, that's the beginning of magic. You have to form a circle in order to create magic. So the first thing in creation, a circle has to be formed. So the circle is the first symbol and the oldest symbol used to create. And even in the spiral, you see a circle. A circle is formed to form life. A circle within a circle. So what happens is that we exist as smaller species, as a circle within a bigger circle. So we exist on this earth as a smaller piece of this earth, or as a microcosm. That's the word I'm looking for. As a microcosm, we exist on this macrocosm, which is the earth. So everything that's within us, and I've always talked about this, is on the earth. Everything that's within you, all the elements and everything that's within you, can be found in the earth. So basically, we are essentially a smaller part of this bigger whole. You know what I'm saying? Like we are pretty much the micro, and the same thing with the Earth. The Earth is a smaller part of this bigger whole. The Earth is a smaller part of the universe. So everything that's on in the Earth, it can be found in the universe. And this, my friends, is going into this is going into sacred geometry, but this is going into universal law, I should say, because this is going into the concept of as above, so below, as within, so without. And this is called correspondence. And all these things play a part here when you start talking about symbols and the Eye of Ra and things like that, because you have to understand that each symbol represents a lot of different things. Because in creation, the way things are created, they're created from another thing. They emerge from another thing. And this is why things correspond to other things. So usually what happens is the universe, or the creator, when you talk about the creator or the universal creator, you design a blueprint or a way to create things, a pattern. And from that blueprint and pattern, all things are created from this same pattern. So the Eye of Ra is one of the most ancient symbols that represents our origin, our essence. It's the patriarchal side, or the male side, I should say. The masculine side, that's a better way of putting it. It's the masculine side of creation, the Eye of Ra is. The womb is the feminine side of creation. The void, or some people call nothingness. See, nothingness is really existence, true existence. The light is a decay and an illusion of the womb. So the woman, or the feminine principle, is the dominant principle, or the nothing, the state of chaos. And the light is when we begin to make order out of chaos. And creation is based upon order. So when you study the Kabbalion and you study universal law, you'll get into understanding that creation has to submit to certain laws and rules in the universe. And these rules are basically the rules of light. Light, in order for it to manifest, has to go through the same process of the Kabbalion, or these universal laws that I talked about in other videos. And there's actually 9 of them instead of 7, but won't go into that here. But so all of this is talking about creation, sacred geometry. It's not devil worship. So next time you talking to your friends and they say, "Oh man, that Eye of Ra, you shouldn't have that," or like if you have a piece of clothing on, it might have an Eye of Ra in it or something, and somebody be like, "Oh, you shouldn't. That's the sign of the devil." You let them know, no, this is the sign of creation. It's the sign of God. The closest thing that when you talk about God as a masculine principle, not as a feminine principle, we talk about God as a masculine principle. That's it. This is God. The sacred geometrical pattern that creates everything. This is the masculine principle. So I hope that helped. For more enlightening information, I ask that you visit my website. And until we meet again, I'll leave y'all in peace, love, and light.